Hi everyone! This week we have another one of Mima's recipes, and it is her chocolate and peanut butter candy. And this is a recipe that we used to always beg her to make because it's really delicious and super creamy and amazingly good. The ingredients are pretty simple. It's 3 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of evaporated milk, about 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, a half a cup of cocoa powder, 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I say these things knowing full well that Mima never measured a single one of these things. This is basically the amounts that I have figured out will actually work. Mima never measured this. She had a specific pot she put it in, and this is what worked when I recreated the recipe. You'll also need to get some equipment ready to begin with, and you want to have these things ready to go to start. You're going to want a little cup with some cold water in it for testing whether it's a softball stage, an electric mixer with some beaters, 2 spoons, and this is for scooping it out. And then you want 3 parchment lined sheet pans, and this is for laying them out to harden on. And you are going to want to have these ready to go before you put your pot on the heat so that everything is set, because this recipe sets up very quickly. You're going to add your sugar, your cocoa powder, your milk, and your corn syrup to a heavy-bodied saucepan. This one has a copper bottom on it, which is really nice because it lets the heat stay really even. And then you're just going to take that over to the stove, and you're going to put it on medium-high heat. You don't want to put it on very high heat. If you have an electric stove, high will probably work, but I have a gas stove, and so on a gas stove, you're not going to want to have it that high, and keep the flames away from the edge of the pan because that is going to cause the edges to burn. You're going to stir it until it's well combined and scrape the sides. A Dutch whisk works really, really well for this. This is one of my favorite kitchen tools. It just works well for so many different things, and it doesn't catch up a lot of things inside of the whisk. And then I'm going to switch to a rubber spatula, and this is going to help me scrape down the sides and keep everything incorporated and scrape the sides and bottoms so that nothing sticks, because this is very sugary, and nothing burns on the bottom of the pan, because burnt chocolate is one of the worst things, and because of the milk in this, if this burns, you might want to throw your pan away because you're not getting it back. Don't ever walk away from this recipe. You are going to stay right on top of it. The entire cooking process of this took less than 6 minutes. If you don't have 6 minutes, don't make this recipe. Stay on top of it. Don't stop watching it. Just don't walk away. Once the sides are at a rolling boil, you're not going to let the whole thing come to a rolling boil, but once you see those bubbles start on the sides, you're going to start checking for that soft ball stage. And what that means is that you are going to take a couple of drops of that hot mixture and put it into that cup of cold water. And this is the exact cup that Mima used to use. It's a measuring cup that she had, and you want it to hold together. As you'll notice, it's not dissolving into the water, and it's holding its shape, and you want it to still feel soft with the touch. It almost feels gummy. It's gonna be kind of sticky-ish, but it does not dissolve in the water once you drop it in there. This is just your weekly reminder to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. We have new recipes every week. Once it has hit that soft ball stage, you're going to pull it off the heat, put it on the counter on a hot mat, and then we're going to add our peanut butter and vanilla into the mixture. We don't add our vanilla earlier because we don't want that to evaporate. And then we are going to get your hand mixer and beat it, making sure that you work the mixer all the way to the edges to incorporate every little bit of this. And this is going to be cooling this down, incorporating the peanut butter, and getting a little bit of air into it. And what we are looking for to stop this process is you're looking for trailing in the mixture, so you'll see little ridges forming in it. Once you see those ridges forming and it to get a little bit thicker, you're going to call it off and stop. And it's still going to seem like it's pretty loose, but take my word for it, call it off, because this stuff sets up so fast. So you're going to grab your spoons and scoop a little bit off and use the other spoon to scrape it off onto the pans. And if I am using like the regular tablespoons that come with my dishes, and those work about perfectly, but using 2 spoons is the best method for working with this. You could use a scoop, but I've just always used the 2 spoons because that's what Mima did. And have your spoons and your pans ready to go before you turn the heat on the stove on, because this will set up very, very easily. So if you do not have these things ready to go, you're just going to end up with a very large mass in the pot of the candy that you're not going to be able to separate, and it's going to be a very big mess to clean up. So have everything set and have all of that equipment ready to go. That's the reason I have the equipment list for you at the beginning, so that you know exactly what you need to have to start things. And then you're just going to continue with the rest of that mixture until you have finished scooping all of it. And you want to work fast, because the longer that you are working with this, the tighter that mixture is going to get. And this is what your final product looks like. It's not pretty, but it tastes amazing. It's kind of fudgy, very soft, and is a nice old-fashioned recipe that brings back lots of memories for us. This is your reminder that we do have our 2 membership levels that we would love to have you join, and they are the 2 different levels that have a couple of different benefits. But if you are not able to join, completely understand that, but subscribing is absolutely free and helps out our channel a whole lot. Also, if you decide to try this recipe, or you have a similar recipe in your family, leave us a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop us a like if you like the recipe, and we will see you next week.